Tech Teaching Tips, helping teachers find the best technology resources without breaking the bank or wasting time. I'm going to go over a few more settings here. Now, these are the Zoom.com settings that you access through your web portal, not the app. So here we are. I'm logged in. Navigate over to settings, and then I want you to scroll down and find embed passcode and invite link for one-click join. That is a great way to make sure that parents or students or anybody that you're inviting into your classroom or your meeting, they don't have to have a separate passcode in order to log into that. Just click one sign in, and it'll allow them to click on the link and automatically be signed in. Okay. The other thing that I want you to do is scroll down here into Meeting Basic, and let's look at the chat function here. Now, if you're teaching a class online, this can be really distracting. So what I would recommend is turning off the chat, which it just disables the entire thing, and it doesn't allow people to save chats. Okay, that also disables the private chat one-to-one message between participants, and that can be really distracting if you've got people trying to pay attention to you. For instance, if you're teaching a class, you want them to pay attention to what you're doing, modeling, saying, but they're over here typing with other participants, and that can be really distracting to you as the teacher and as the student. Let's look at the file transfer setting. I would suggest you turn this off. You don't need people sending files to each other, and you probably don't need people sending files to you, especially if you're in an online virtual classroom setting. So I would go ahead and just shut that off. That allows for less distraction for students to try to come in there and send each other stuff. Make sure your screen sharing is set to host only. All right, scroll down here to remote control. Remote control. During screen sharing, the person who is sharing can allow others to control the shared content. That means maybe if you're doing a presentation or maybe you're playing a game and you want students to click on something, you can actually allow them to control that shared content or not. Maybe if you were doing something but you don't want them to click through your slides, you turn that off. Make sure you teach to that though. If you turn that on and you're sharing something, you don't want students to be messing around trying to close your stuff or change your slides while you're trying to do something, especially if you're in a virtual classroom setting. Meeting reactions are a good way to get students to participate. Thumbs up, thumbs down. I usually have students just do this or do this, but that's another good way for students to click real quick, and you can see on your screen, you can see all the thumbs up, thumbs down reactions. Now, allowing participants to rename themselves, I turn that off. When I teach in my virtual classroom setting, if a student logs in with just their initials, or maybe it's a parent name or they're on a different computer, I go in there and I rename them their first name so that I know who they are, and that's a little easier for me. That also allows them not to rename themselves, to try to be silly or to do something, an inappropriate name or something like that. Let's look at the in-meeting advanced settings real quick. Here under breakout rooms, this is a great way to get students into small groups or things like that. So if you're going to use that, make sure that is checked. The other thing you want to do is allow the host yourself, you're the host, to assign participants into breakout rooms when scheduling. So if you're trying to do small groups and you don't want certain students to work together because they don't work well together, or you're trying to do a peer-to-peer teaching activity to pair some of your stronger students with your weaker students, you want to be able to have a little bit more control over that and not just randomly assign breakout rooms. There might be times where you want to randomly do it, but I always have that checked, allow a host to assign the participants into the certain rooms. Thanks for watching another Tech Teaching Tips tutorial. If you like what you see in this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button and leave me a comment below.